morning, everybody. My name is Lindsay, and I have a restorative practice today for us that requires little to no props. So you can just do this in the house using what you have available to you. Behind me, I have a couple different types of pillows as well as a rolled blanket. Um, Feel free to gather these items if you would like. We'll be using them after we do a warm up before we settle into our restorative practice. So thank you again so much for being here today. We'll get ourselves into a comfortable seated position for our warm up. And we'll start warming up the head, the neck, the shoulders, the upper back. So finding our comfortable seated position, drawing in the belly, lengthening the spine, we'll roll the shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Take a few of these shoulder rolls forward, up, back, and down, just rolling out, feeling into the back and the front of the body. Noticing where you are experiencing sensations. Great work. We'll pause with the shoulders in the back and down position. Now we'll warm up through the back of the neck, starting by drawing small circles with our nose on the wall in front of us, like we're outlining a small teacup in front of us. Keeping the belly engaged and the spine long as we take these movements. We'll make those circles larger, outlining now a salad plate, just a little bigger, noticing where you are experiencing sensations. Great work. We'll take those circles larger again, outlining a dinner plate. Great work. And now our largest circles, outlining a gong or a cymbal. Noticing where any tight spots, any areas that need that extra TLC might be hanging out. Great work. Keeping the breath moving steady and slow here. We'll reverse the direction of our circles, taking them in the largest shape first and slowly making our way down to the smallest size. So outlining that gong, outlining that cymbal. Moving down to the dinner plate. Getting into the salad plate size. And then using our nose to outline that teacup. Fantastic. Pausing that movement. Let's lengthen the spine, draw the shoulders back and down, draw the belly in. We'll inhale to reach the arms up overhead, reaching the fingers up. We'll draw the arms just a little bit away from the ears, broadening the shoulders there. Nice work. Keeping the belly engaged, lower the left hand down towards the left side of the mat, reach up with those right fingers, and then draw a rainbow shape with the right fingers over towards the left side of the mat. Starting to pivot the sternum, the shine towards the ceiling, reaching those fingers over to the side, maybe gazing up towards the ceiling. Feel the space between the sitting bones and the lower ribs on the right side, just spread and lengthen. Great job. Use that belly strength. We'll exhale, lift the arms back up overhead, reaching up nice and tall. And then we'll lower the right hand down towards the right side of the mat, reach up with the left fingers, and then over with the right fingers over to the left side. Great works. Pivot that sternum to shine towards the ceiling. Gazing up maybe. Great work. Draw the belly in. We'll exhale, rise the arms all the way back up, lifting the arms up. Then we'll exhale, open the arms out towards the side. Lengthening through the spine, draw the belly in. We'll start to draw some circles with the arms. Allowing the shoulders to draw down the back as you make these circles. Keeping the arms nice and strong and extended. We'll take another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse the direction of the circles. Re-engage the lower abdominal muscles. Feel that length through the spine and the shoulders pulling down the back as we're making these circles. You might be starting to feel a little bit of warmth through the arms now, that muscle engagement. Great work. We'll take our last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Re-lengthen the spine, draw the head up a little taller. We're going to start to squeeze the arms back behind us, like we're pinching a pencil between our shoulder blades, and then we'll release. We'll take that movement a little faster here, pulling the arms back. We're getting a little stretch across the chest, but we're also engaging the muscles on the back of the body, warming up the chest and the back. Great work. We'll take our last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great work. Flip the palms up towards the sky. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead, and we'll exhale, draw the hands down through heart center. Great work. Now I'll place the hands down on the lap, draw the chin down towards the chest, and we'll start to bring the right ear towards the right shoulder, stretching in through that left side of the neck, finding that sweet spot that maybe we found earlier. Taking some subtle movements to find that spot that you'd like to stretch into. And when you find that spot, you might choose to reach the right arm up and place the hand on top of the head, just providing a little bit more weight here, a little bit more just gravitational force to stretch out that muscle. Staying connected with the breath, we'll extend the left arm out towards the left side of the mat, fingertips hover over the floor. Pausing here for a moment, just feeling that sensation run up the arm, in through the neck and the back. Great work. We'll start to wiggle those left fingers over the floor. Fantastic. Pausing the finger wiggle, we'll start to draw our figure eights with the left arm. Allowing these figure eights to be the size and the speed that really benefits your body today. Great work. Pausing those figure eights, take a gentle bend in the elbow, flex the fingers up towards the sky. We'll press that left palm towards the left side of the room, feeling that space lengthen through the neck, the shoulders, the back. Pairing this with your breath, keep the breath nice and smooth, steady. Long inhales and exhales. Great work. Your next exhale, slowly release both hands back down towards the lap, lifting the head back up to neutral. Roll the shoulders a few times forward, up, back, and down, integrating that stretch in through the back of the body. Great work. We'll pause with the shoulders back and down. Draw the chin again back towards the chest. Bring that left ear towards the left shoulder, finding that sweet spot in the right side of the neck. Taking those subtle movements that help you kind of settle into that spot a little bit more. When you find that space, you'll reach the left arm up and over, just if you would like that little extra stretch there, that little extra weight. Placing the hand on top of the head, not pulling or cranking on the head, just providing that extra gravity. Feeling that sensation. Then we'll extend the right arm out towards the right side of the mat. Fingertips hover over the floor. Great work. Starting to wiggle those right fingers. Fantastic. Pausing the finger wiggles, we'll start to draw figure eights again with the right arm. Fantastic. Pausing those movements. We'll take a gentle bend in the elbow, flex the fingers up towards the sky, start to press that right hand towards the right side of the room, keeping the belly engaged. Draw that right shoulder down, draw the left shoulder down, just lengthen the neck. Press, draw the belly in, and keep breathing nice and steady. Great work. As you exhale, release the hands back down towards the lap, lift the head to neutral. Roll the shoulders again a few times forward, up, back, and down. Great work. Lengthening the spine. We'll take just another 2 movements here. Let's uncross the legs and then recross the legs in the opposite direction, or finding an alternate seated posture. If you're sitting up on your knees or the legs are out straight, just give the feet a little wiggle and then resettle back in. Great work. Drawing the belly in, feeling the sitting bones ground down, lengthen through the spine. We'll inhale to reach the arms up again overhead. As we exhale, twist over to the left. Place the right hand on the left knee. Left hand comes back behind the body. Pushing into the floor with that left hand, draw the belly in, lengthen the spine, draw the shoulders down, bring the gaze over towards the left shoulder. Taking a few slow rounds of breath here, breathing in and out. Great work. With the exhale, slowly untwist, passing back through center. We'll inhale to lift the arms up again overhead. We'll exhale, twist over to the right, placing the left hand on the right knee. Right hand comes back behind the body. Opening up the collarbones nice and broad, feeling the shoulders spread. Maybe gazing over that right shoulder. Great work. As we exhale, slowly unwind, passing back through center. Roll the shoulders forward, up, back and down. Placing the hands on the knees, we're going to move into our barrel rolls. So I'm going to swing the torso around. As you swing forward, let the belly be soft. As you swing back, draw the belly in, getting some nice roundness through the back. Maybe even starting to pair this with your breath as you swing forward, inhaling. As you exhale, drawing back, pulling the belly in. Great work. Let's switch directions. Swinging that torso around the opposite direction, just noticing where you are experiencing sensations. Keeping that belly moving in and out with your movements, warming up the core. Great work. Pausing our final barrel roll, we'll stack ourselves up again, nice and tall. Great work. Roll the shoulders again, forward, up, back and down. From here, we'll uncross the legs, planting the feet about hips distance apart in front of us. We'll start to come into our boat pose, walking the hands back behind the hips, broaden through the collarbones, feel nice and, poofed up with the chest. Draw the belly in, feel that nice and engaged. If prancing the hands down in the floor is a little intense for the wrist, you can come up onto your knuckles today. Just keep the shoulders squeezing back behind you, belly draws in. We'll take an inhale to prepare, and as you exhale, lift one shin and then the other shin up towards the sky. Feeling the belly draw in, nice and engaged. Feel the balance on the sitting bones. From here, you might extend the hands out towards the toes, lengthening out the arms. Pull the shoulders back and down, broaden the collarbones, keep the belly drawing in. Maybe lower the torso back just a little bit. Nice work. Keep breathing steady and slow. Great work. Feeling that warmth, feeling that engagement. And then we'll grab onto the thighs, lower the feet, and we'll take our seated cat-cow. As you inhale, push the chest forward, lift the gaze up. As you exhale, round down, gazing towards the navel. Inhale, pushing the chest forward, lift the gaze up. Exhale, draw the belly in, rounding, gazing towards the navel. One more time, inhale, lift up, look up. Exhale, round down. We'll refine our neutral spine. Keep a hold of the thighs this time. Broaden the collarbones, drop them down the back, draw the belly in, slowly lower the torso back at an angle, straightening the arms. So we're kind of about this like almost hover position with the legs. You might even play with lifting the toes up, feeling the balance. We'll exhale to extend both shins up towards the sky. So you might choose to stay here with the hands bound behind the thighs. You might choose to extend the hands out towards the toes. Finding your boat pose that feels nice for you today, or maybe feels like it's serving you today. If you would like a little extra, we can bring the hands together in front of us, interlacing the thumbs, and we'll start to row our boat, bringing the hands from side to side. You can take this movement as fast or as slow as you would like. Just make sure to keep breathing, warming up through the core, through the side bodies, through the back bodies, through the fronts of the thighs. It's a nice, almost full body exercise here. Great work. We'll take another breath. And with our exhale, coming back to center and then lowering the feet all the way back down towards the floor. Beautiful boats. We'll inhale, push the chest forward, lift the gaze up. As you exhale, round, drawing the belly in, spread the shoulders nice and broad. Inhale, push the chest forward, lift the gaze up. Exhale, rounding down. Great work. Last one. Inhale, push up, lift up. Exhale, round. Great work. Coming back to neutral, then we'll roll over into our tabletop positions. We'll work into the legs a little bit here from tabletop. Coming into tabletop, the wrists are underneath the shoulders, the knees are underneath the hips. Draw the belly in. We'll take our hip circles here today. Kicking the left heel up back behind you, we'll start to open the left knee out towards the left side of the room. Draw it up towards the elbow, underneath the body, and then kick the heel up. Side, elbow, under the body, up. Side, elbow, under the body, and up. Switching directions. Into the chest, elbow, side, up. Chest, elbow, side, up. Last one, chest, elbow, side, up. Great work. Extend that left leg out nice and long, pointing the left toes towards the back of the room. We're going to lower the toes down towards the floor, and then we're going to kick the leg back up. Doing that 8 times. Ready and lower. Lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift. Last one, lower, lift. Great work. Plant the knee, come back into child's pose, bringing the hips and the heels together at the back of the mat. Stretching out, extend the fingers nice and long in front of you. Allow the torso to soften and release. Great work. Lift the fingers, lift the gaze back up towards the fingers, rising back up into our tabletop. We'll take those movements on the other side. Kicking the right heel up towards the sky. Start to open the right knee out towards the right, up towards the elbow, underneath the body, and kick the heel back up. Side, elbow, under the body, up. Side, elbow, under the body, up. Switching directions into the chest, elbow, side, up. Chest, elbow, side, up. Chest, elbow, side, up. Great work. Extend the right leg out nice and long, pointing the toes towards the bottom of the mat. We're going to lower the toes down and kick the heel up. Kick the leg up. Ready and lower. Lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift. Last one, lower and lift. Great work. Drop the knee, rock back, child's pose. Stretching the arms nice and long. From this child's pose, we're going to take a little thread the needle with the arms. We're going to take this right arm and we're going to drape it or cross it underneath the left. Just threading that little spot there, extending that right arm out towards the left side of the mat. Taking a breath here, feeling that spread through the shoulders. Allowing your breath to slow down. Softening the spaces between the shoulder blades. Allow the head to be heavy here. Great work. We'll release that right arm, extend it out nice and long. And we'll take that on the other side. Thread the left arm underneath the right, lowering down to rest on that left upper arm. Breathing steady and slow here. Feel the space between the shoulder blades. Just spread a little bit more. Great work. Releasing the right arm from left arm from underneath you. Extend both arms out nice and long. We'll push into the palms, rising ourselves up into tabletop again. Tuck your toes back behind you as you exhale. Push the hips up towards the sky, finding our downward facing dog. Taking a moment here to pedal the legs out, left and right. Push into the palms, feel the shoulders press back. Great work. Now from here, we're going to move into our plank pose. Keep the belly drawn in. We're going to rock the torso forward, stacking the shoulders over the wrists, legs out nice and long, hips in line with the shoulders, using that core strength. Feel yourselves nice and flat through the back of the body. Keeping the belly engaged. We'll exhale, push the hips back up towards the sky, downward facing dog. Great work. One more time. Coming back into plank pose, rocking forward on the wrist. Bring the shoulders over the wrists. Draw that belly in. Keep breathing nice and steady. Great work. Then bend the knees back down behind you. Rock back into child's pose. Taking those long, slow breaths. Taking some time to feel through the body. The shoulder blades spread on the side. The lower back releases. Great work. Bringing the hands back to the knees. Slowly rise yourself up, stacking shoulders on top of hips, on heels, coming into our Virasana pose. Hands come to the thighs. Draw the shoulders back and down. Draw the belly in. Take a nice deep breath here. Great work. Probably feel that we've moved through the different parts of the body. We've warmed up everything. And now it's time for our restorative practice. So those props that I mentioned before, a couple pillows of a variety of thicknesses, just depending on what you like. I also have a blanket. One, you can use it as a prop. You can also use it to cover yourselves up if you get a little chilly. So our first couple poses will be using a wall or something that you can prop your legs up onto. So if a wall is not available to you, you can also take a chair and use the chair, a couch, a bed, really just anything to prop yourself up on. So wonderful. That being said, I have my setup. I have a little bit of padding over here next to my support. I'll be using this underneath my hips as we'll be here for a little while, just helping to provide a little bit of softness there in the hips. You might find that a roll underneath your neck is nice and supportive for the head. All just options. If you're choosing to go without props today, totally fine. Just here's one option. So to get ourselves up onto the wall, I like to start by scooching my hips really close to the wall. So I'm like saddling all the way up so that one hip touches my support. From here, I'll use my hands to help lift myself, lifting my legs up the wall. Getting myself kind of settled down, shimmying my hips just a little bit closer to the support. It just makes it a little easier on the knees. Bringing that underneath the head. Getting ourselves nice and comfortable. Taking a position with the arms that feels nice today. You might extend the arms out nice and wide. You might bring a hand to the belly, to the chest. You might place both hands stacked on top of each other over the chest. All kinds of options here. We'll give ourselves a minute to kind of settle into the pose. We'll spend 5 minutes here with legs up the wall, receiving the benefits of this inversion. So as we are here, resting in our restorative practice, we can begin to bring our awareness to our breath. First, starting maybe by just closing the eyes and feeling the air move in and out through the nostrils. Feeling that sensation of the air move through the nose. We'll start to lengthen out the breath here, allowing every inhale to become a little bit more expansive, to allow the exhale to become a little more complete. Pushing out that stale air at the bottom of the exhale. Inhaling to bring in new, fresh oxygen. Feeling the sensations of the chest rise and fall with the breath. Finding a new rhythm of breath that we can maintain for practice today. Deeper and longer than the breath that you arrived with today, but a breath that is still soothing and relaxing, that there's not any clenching in the face. The face is nice and soft here as we rest in our restorative practice. We'll take some time now that we've developed our breath to dedicate our practice to someone or something, creating our sankalpa or our heartfelt desire, using positive language in the present tense, allowing our practice to feel a little more grounded, allowing our intention, our dedication to feel present and active. You might have a dedication that you've been working with, a mantra that you enjoy. If nothing's coming to mind, you might choose the mantra or the dedication. I am deeply resting and healing my body. I am deeply resting and healing my body. We can keep this dedication or intention, our sankalpa, with us throughout our practice as a way to keep our minds focused on our practice. If we notice the mind is wanting to wander away from any of these poses or from the mat, we can bring our awareness back to our dedication or our intention, as well as the breath that's moving in and out through the body. We'll begin our transition now from legs up the wall into a supported figure 4 at the wall. Starting by bending the right knee, drawing that right heel down just a little bit. We'll cross the right ankle over the left shin or over the left thigh. Maybe opening that right knee out just a little bit. And if you would like a little bit more, you can start to bend that left knee, drawing the left heel down the wall. Taking this nice and gentle, the sensation will creep up on us over the 5 minutes that we're in this posture. So taking your time, getting yourself settled, finding just that little bit of comfort here. Maybe wiggling those right and left toes before coming into stillness. Noticing where you are experiencing sensation. Aim to soften one thing. It's the hands, the shoulders, the jaw, the forehead, the back of the neck, the hips, the toes. Find something that you can release just a little extra muscle engagement from. We have another 2 minutes here in this position. So if there's any adjustments that you can make to your position to allow you to feel a little bit more comfortable, please feel free to do so. That might mean a new position in the legs. It might mean a new position in the arms. You might rest your head to the side. We'll begin to make our transition out of the side, slowly lengthening both legs back up the wall. Taking a moment here to wiggle the toes, maybe pointing and flexing the feet, bringing a little bit of blood flow in through the legs. We'll pause that movement and then switch sides, sliding the left heel down the mat or down the wall, bending that knee, crossing the left ankle either over the shin or over the right thigh. Choosing if this feels like you would want to stay here, or you can start to bend that right knee, pulling the right heel down the wall. And again, not moving into our deepest figure four here. Allowing gravity to assist, letting the sensations creep up over time. And we've got another 5 minutes here. So giving ourselves a lot of grace, a little softness here in this position. Letting ourselves just come to rest. If an alternative arm position feels nice for you today, you can extend into it. Staying connected with the breath. Maybe revisiting your dedication or intention. Know that you are deeply benefiting your body by resting here in our restorative practice. Receiving the benefits of this inversion, allowing our organs to be bathed in this oxygenated blood, allowing our feet, our legs, the benefit of reducing swelling, as well as resting the nervous system, coming into a healing and resting, digesting parasympathetic system. Also deeply stretching our hips, our legs, and our lower back. Allowing those muscles to deeply relax. We have another 2 minutes here, so feel free to make any adjustments to this position that allow you to become just a little bit more comfortable. We'll slowly start to make our way out of this figure four posture, re-lengthening the legs back up the wall, giving ourselves another little point and flex of the feet, rolling out the ankles, maybe wiggling the toes. We have one more position here at the wall, coming into our wide bound angle pose, bringing the soles of the feet together, opening the knees out nice and wide. Lowering the heels down towards the sitting bones, allowing this position to kind of evolve, not needing to come into your deepest bound angle pose, but just allowing gravity to slowly help open and release the hips. I enjoy bringing my arms up overhead into a mirroring diamond shape, but you can choose any position through the arms that feels nice. We'll spend another 5 minutes here in this posture. Noticing the sensations as they creep into the body. Noticing those places that are relaxing and softening. Slowly starting to bring ourselves out of this position. We'll bring the hands to the legs and slowly help the legs come back together. We'll draw the knees in over the chest, giving ourselves a nice hug here. You might enjoy a gentle rock from side to side, massaging out the lower back. And we'll make our way over onto our side body, resting in a fetal position for a few minutes here. So rolling over onto one side, making your way off of any hip support there that you might have. You can prop your head up on an arm or underneath a pillow. We'll take 2 minutes here in a fetal position to allow the blood to equalize in the body, helping our blood pressure to equalize and just receiving the benefits of this nourishing position. We'll slowly begin to help ourselves back up. We'll come into a seated position. You might keep the eyes closed or the gaze softly lowered. Finding some length in the spine. Feeling in through the body. We'll take 3 rounds of our Viloma 3-part exhale. So for that breath, it is a complete inhale with a brief pause at the top, and then we'll release 1/3 of the breath, 2/3 of the breath, and then exhale completely with little pauses in between all of those steps. I'll begin leading us through that. Exhale completely, pushing all the air out. Inhale fully through the nose. Pausing at the top. Exhale 1/3. Exhale 2/3. Exhale completely. Inhaling fully through the nose. Pausing at the top. Exhale 1/3. Exhale 2/3. Exhale completely. Last round. Inhale fully through the nose. Exhale 1/3. Exhale 2/3. Exhale completely. Fantastic. We'll bring ourselves to lie on the floor, lengthening ourselves out nice and long. We'll bring a pillow or two over within grabbing distance. And we'll lengthen ourselves out nice and long. Moving in through our banana asana pose, or some side body stretching, starting to look like a crescent moon shape. Flexing the toes up towards the sky. We'll inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Reaching the fingers and the heels in opposite direction. We'll start to walk the arms over to the left side of the mat. Feeling the stretch on the right side body. A gentle drawing down of the tailbone towards the heels. And then we'll walk the feet over to the left side of the mat. Just a little bit, maybe a half an inch, maybe an inch. And we're going to pause here for a few moments. So you might hook thumbs overhead so that the arms stay close together. And with the feet walked over to the left side of the mat, you can now start to soften and release the legs. Still getting that stretch through the side body. Reaching the arms nice and long, and then soften. Allow the breath to move in and out nice and slow here. Great work. We'll begin to walk the legs and the arms back through center. And then we'll switch sides. Bringing the arms over to the right side of the mat. Lengthening through the left side body. Flexing the toes up towards the sky, scooching the tailbone towards the heels just a little bit more, making a little more contact with the lower body towards the floor. And then we'll walk the feet over to the right side of the mat, maybe an inch, maybe less. Not needing to come into our deepest banana asana here. When you find your position, allow the legs again to get soft. Relaxing through the body. Keeping the breath moving steady in and out. Begin to make our way back to neutral, walking the legs back to center, bringing the arms back up overhead. Reach the toes and the fingers nice and long, stretching out through the body, that good morning stretch. Feel the lower back arch up off the ground. Oh, great work. And we'll draw both the knees again into the chest, giving ourselves a nice big hug. Drawing the knees in, draw. Grabbing opposite wrists or forearms, taking that gentle rock from side to side. Great work. Pausing that rocking motion. We'll plant the feet down by the heels, knees up towards the sky. Bringing one of your props, if you have it, over to the left side of the hips. We'll keep the left foot planted down on the ground. We'll extend the right leg up towards the sky, nice and straight, kicking that right heel up towards the ceiling. Grabbing on either behind the back of the thigh or around the calves. We'll start to draw circles with the right toes on the ceiling in our half waterfall pose. Great work. Pausing here for a moment, or maybe walking the hands towards the foot just a little bit more, feeling a stretch through the back side of that right leg. And with our exhale, slowly release the right leg out nice and long onto the floor. We're going to take the left knee out towards the left side of the mat, coming into a supine tree pose. So opening the knee out to the left side, allowing it to rest on that pillow or that prop that you have over on that left side, or opting for no prop and just allowing the knee to open out towards the side. Finding a position in the arms that feels nice for you today. Maybe extending the arms out into airplane wings or cactus arms to stretch through the chest. Or maybe drawing the hands down by the sides or resting them on the hips, the belly, or over the chest. Settling in. Spending about 5 minutes here. Give the shoulders a little tuck underneath the back, helping to lengthen out the neck. Stay connected with the breath. We'll begin to help ourselves out of this supine tree pose. Lifting the left knee back up towards the sky. And we'll take this into a momentary twist, crossing that left knee over to the right side of the body. We'll keep the shoulders grounded down into the floor, maybe opening them up into cactus arms or airplane wings. Bringing the gaze over the left shoulder. You might place the right hand on that left knee, helping to keep the knee twisting. Stay connected with your breath. Fantastic. Drawing the belly in, slowly untwist. And we'll re-bend both knees to point again up towards the sky, walking the heels towards the sitting bones. Lengthen out the left leg, kicking the left heel up towards the sky. Starting to draw circles with the left toes on the ceiling. Fantastic. Walking the hands up, maybe just a little bit closer towards the foot, getting a stretch through the back of the leg. Great. And we'll begin to release that left leg out nice and long to rest on the floor. We'll bring the prop over to the left side of the hips. If you used it on the right side, you might enjoy it on this side as well. I'm going to open that right knee out towards the right side of the mat, coming into our supine tree pose, allowing that right knee to open out towards the right side of the mat. You might choose to do away with the prop if this side feels a little more open. Getting a little chilly, so I'm going to layer myself up with the blanket. Taking this posture for 5 minutes. Allow the eyes to close. Revisiting your intention or your dedication. Begin to make our transition, lifting the right knee back up towards the sky, taking this into our twist, crossing the right knee over the left. Maybe placing that left hand on the right knee, opening the right arm out, bringing the gaze to the right shoulder. Fantastic. We'll unwind the twist. Planting the heels down by the sitting bones. Pausing with the knees up towards the sky. We're going to begin our transition into our final resting pose, Shavasana. So for this Shavasana, you might enjoy placing pillows or props underneath your calves towards your knees, getting a little knee support. I'll also invite you to take a wider legged Shavasana today. So opening the legs out like maybe a starfish, just feeling nice and wide through the legs. A little bit of support underneath the knees if that feels nice. Maybe bringing a blanket over yourself today if you're feeling a little cooler with all that restoration we've been doing. And we'll allow ourselves to rest fully down onto the mat. Getting ourselves all nestled in, taking a few minutes here. Allowing the breath to move naturally in and out of the body. Checking in with our full body scan to relax and release every possible area for this final resting pose. Resting the muscles of the face, and the jaw. Relaxing the muscles of the neck and the shoulders. Resting the muscles to the arms, and the hands, and the fingers. Resting the muscles through the chest and the belly. Resting all the muscles along the length of the spine. Resting the muscles in the hips and the glutes. Relaxing all the muscles to the legs, calves, the feet, and the toes. slowly begin to bring a little bit of movement back into the fingers and the toes. Taking some slightly deeper breaths here and finding some bigger movements in through the body. Maybe stretching the arms out nice and long. And pulling the knees into the chest. As you're ready, we'll make our way back over onto our side body, resting in that fetal position. And with the help of the hands, we'll help ourselves up into a comfortable seated position, pressing ourselves all the way up. The eyes can stay closed and the gaze softly lowered. On the inhale, lift the arms up overhead. Exhaling, bring the hands down through heart center. Thank you all so much for your practice today. The light in me sees and honors the light in you all. Namaste.